So, you're learning English. You've made some good progress. You can hold a conversation, but you still feel, well, stuck. You're stuck at intermediate. Maybe you're bored of saying the same words and phrases over and over again. Or you know advanced words, phrases, phrasal verbs, and idioms, but you just don't remember them when you need to use them. Don't worry, you're not alone. It happens to the best of us, I promise. That's why today I'm going to tell you why it happens, what exactly is keeping you in that mid-zone, and most importantly, how to break out of it. So, let's get the ball rolling. First up, the dreaded language plateau. I'm sure you've heard of it, and maybe you even live there. It's when you're stuck at intermediate level, B1 or maybe B2 level. And no matter how many flashcards you do, you keep forgetting words, mispronouncing them at times, and fluency still feels far away. And here's a personal example. Not with English, of course, but with French. I'm still stuck at the intermediate plateau. I can talk about the weather, my job, my holiday, my routine, but if someone asks me to tell a story, make a presentation, have a negotiation, or disagree politely, I freeze. And it's so frustrating. Does this sound familiar to you? Does the scenario ring a bell? And why does it happen? And we'll get into that, but essentially the strategies and methodologies that got you to intermediate level won't get you beyond it. And that's because, let's say there are 3 invisible hidden walls that are keeping you trapped, stuck. By the way, looks like I'm wearing a Christmas hat, doesn't it? I'm not really. Anyway, enough about Christmas. Let's talk about these hidden walls. The first wall is your safe zone for vocabulary and grammar. You know lots of words, you know all the grammar rules, but you only confidently and fluently use the ones that you're familiar with. You don't want to go out of your comfort zone. It's easy to say, I went to the shop, but you avoid saying natural, colloquial, and advanced phrases like, I headed out to pick up the groceries. Now, if you keep only using what you're comfortable with, you're not gonna make progress. Give it a go! You can do it! Next up, the second wall. This is all about a passive input overload, but zero or next to no real output. You're not using the language actively. You watch Netflix, listen to podcasts, my podcast I hope, read articles, but you rarely use the language. You might know thousands of words, but you don't produce. So your brain says, nice vocabulary, but show me you can use it. Input doesn't automatically lead to active mastery. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? Moving on to the third wall. This is a fear of making mistakes, or worrying so much about being perfect that you don't actually practice. And you know what they say, practice makes perfect. So you might think, I'll speak once I'm perfect. Do you want to know the problem? You'll never be perfect. I was born and raised in the UK, and I don't speak perfect English. So I just want to underline, highlight, and stress the importance of making mistakes. You should celebrate your mistakes. From every mistake you make, you know that you are learning something new. And I think it's a really memorable way of learning something new. So go out there, don't be afraid, and speak English. That being said, let me give you some more active tips and things that you can put into practice to smash through these walls while having fun, I hope. And these tips are simple, real, and yeah, a little bit silly. First tip is to use stretch sentences. Don't just say a simple phrase that you already know, such as, I usually eat breakfast. Instead, try saying something like, I'd say I have breakfast every other day. I really enjoy having breakfast, but to be honest, I'm not that hungry first thing when I wake up, so I've started trying something called intermittent fasting, where I fast, I skip breakfast, and I think I'm slimming down a little bit. That's an example. Make your sentences longer, richer, and challenge yourself at the same time. Stretch your comfort zone. Tip number 2. Speak, record, and review. Record yourself speaking about something for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however long you want. Then listen back. I know it's cringy, but humor me. Then when you listen back, try to analyze how you speak, where maybe you hesitated or repeated yourself. And that's what you can work on. That's where you can expand your vocabulary and try to use something a little bit different or use it quicker. Don't, stutter or stammer. And try again the next day. Tip number 3. Choose one challenge phrase every day. Maybe you struggle with the third conditional. So my advice is to confront it. Face the third conditional. That way you can overcome an irrational fear of this difficult grammatical structure. Then use it in a sentence 3, 5, or 10 times. And when you're practicing your speaking with a friend, family member, or AI, you can use it again and again. If I'd have woken up earlier this morning, I would have gone to the gym. If I hadn't become an English teacher, I would have become a physiotherapist. If I had been born a woman, I would have... I don't know. I would have had lovely long hair, for example. Tip 4. Talk about the topics that scare you, that intimidate you. If you always talk about your job, the weather, your favorite sport, that's fine. But I'm sure you already feel very comfortable speaking about these topics. So pick a topic that you feel less comfortable speaking about. Global issues, DIY, love. Try to chat about these topics even if it doesn't come naturally to you, just to expand your vocabulary and feel comfortable speaking about whatever topic that might come up in conversation. And the 5th tip, I'm repeating it because it's so important. Embrace your mistakes. It can be fun, I promise. The next time you make a mistake, say it out loud. Own it. Embrace it. The other day I said I goed instead of I went. Silly me. What am I like, eh? On top of that, I'm sure you have so many fun, hilarious mistakes that you've made in English that cracked people up, that got people laughing. So it can be fun, both for you and for the people around you, when you make silly mistakes in English. Let me tell you a story, actually. Last weekend, I went to a concert with my fiancée. She was looking at the main act and the act before that was playing, the supporting group. And she thought there were 2 supporting groups, because one of them said intermission. If you ever go to a concert or some kind of play, it will say intermission in the middle. This is a fancy word to say a pause, a break. And my fiancée thought it was the name of a musical group, a band. It cracked me up. It cracked her up as well. And now she'll always remember what intermission means. Do you get what I mean? Making mistakes can be fun and very memorable. Most people advise learning a language or perfecting a language little and often. Personally, I think you should spend as much time with the language as possible to immerse yourself in the language. But if you don't have a lot of time to be able to do that, here's a little weekly plan to help you break free from intermediate. Day 1, record yourself speaking about something challenging for at least 2 minutes. Day 2, watch a video on YouTube, Instagram, Netflix, you name it, and take notes of advanced words and phrases that you're not familiar with. Then practice using them. Write down your own sentences, or say them out loud. Day 3, or ideally every single day, try some stretch sentences to stretch your comfort zone. Expand on simple sentences while trying to add more information using more advanced words and phrases. Stretch yourself. Day 4, speak about a scary topic. You choose whatever's scary for you. As I said, it could be related to DIY, politics, or science. Day 5, review your recordings, note down any mistakes, and make a list of next week's challenge phrases. The phrases that you're going to challenge yourself to use the following week. Day 6, chat with a friend, your teacher, or even AI, and speak, speak, speak. Once again, I say to do this on day 6, but if you can do it every single day, then that's going to be way better, isn't it? Finally, day 7. This is a moment to reflect on your progress and what you have studied during the week. Ask yourself the following. What new words have I learned this week? Have I felt any more fluent or comfortable using any of these words? Was I able to speak about scary topics? Assess your own progress, and if you have made any progress, well, give yourselves a pat on the back. As I said, that's just an example, but in my opinion, the more time you spend using the language and challenging yourself, the more you're going to get out of it. The more progress you're going to make. Now we're coming to the end of the video, a little bit of motivation. I want you to feel really motivated having watched this video. Fingers crossed, at least. Because do you know what the intermediate plateau actually means? It means you've done enough to communicate. You've already achieved the main goal. You can get by in conversations. You can speak the language. Alright, it's not perfect, there is room for improvement. And when it comes to learning a language and improving it, there's always going to be room for improvement. And that's maybe what makes it so beautiful. And if anybody already thinks that they're perfect, then they're a bit big-headed, arrogant, a pain in the neck. So that's it. Go out of your comfort zone. Embrace mistakes. Immerse yourself in English. And, well, have fun during the process. Oh, and by the way, I've created an app that will be released very soon, and if you'd like to try it, I'll leave a link to my free newsletter in the video description so you can be one of the first ones to be notified when it becomes available. And my goal is that the app will help you out of the intermediate plateau as well. So sign up for free in the video description. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time!